Bullying is a physical or psychological intimidation that occurs repeatedly. It is intended to inflict injury or discomfort on the victim and creates an ongoing pattern of harassment and abuse. It is currently being used out of context to this day. Often people will call you a bully if they do not like what you say, if they don't like your opinion, or if they just can't get what they want from you. There are actual children who experience constant harassment or bullying, and those who experience the one-time snarky remarks are experiencing drama. By saying that we have been bullied, we are creating a community of victimized people, while others may actually be experiencing it on firsthand.
Bullying is a school-wide problem which can prevent a safe learning environment for students and have a negative impact on their lives. Bullying in school could be both direct and indirect. Direct bullying would be hitting, kicking, pushing, teasing, taunting, stealing, and threatening, while indirect bullying is mainly intentional social exclusion. Boys are typically connected to direct bullying, while girls are connected to indirect bullying. People who bully others typically like to feel in control and powerful. They derive satisfaction from inflicting injury and hurting others. These kids mainly come from households where there is a lack of parent involvement and warmth. They are generally defiant to adults and are antisocial. Victims of bullies are typically anxious, insecure, cautious, and have low self-esteem. They often feel isolated and lack social skills. The victim's parents could be described as overprotective of their child. Their defining characteristic is that they are smaller and physically weaker than their peers.
There are 4 types of bullying: verbal, physical, relational, and cyber. Verbal bullying can be described as cruel spoken words. It involves name-calling, threatening, and making disrespectful comments about someone's attributes.
Hey man, I'm new to the school.
Hey man.
Hey, I was wondering if you could help me find my classes.
Oh, I don't know. Can I?
Can you?
No, these are stupid.
As you saw, physical bullying is with aggressive physical intimidation. It involves repeated hitting, kicking, tripping, blocking, pushing, and touching in unwanted and inappropriate ways.
Relational bullying is one of the most common types and is simply seen as being deliberately excluded from groups. Lately, cyberbullying has been one of the most recent forms of bullying due to the advancement of technology. It is usually done by spreading mean words, lies, and false rumors through emails, text messages, and social media posts.
Hey guys. What are you guys talking about? Hello? Where are you guys going? Guys. Where are you guys going?
Whether bullying is physical, verbal, or emotional, it still hurts the victim overall. Fortunately, there are many ways to avoid this. First, you can walk away and try to remove yourself from the situation. The next tactic is to tell the aggressor to stop in a firm but calm way. The trick to doing this is to feel confident in yourself when enacting this. But if you're not able to, you can always use humor to weaken the bully's response. Another way is to keep it cool and control your emotions. Because of this, showing fear can also anger your aggressor. One other thing to keep in mind is that you should try not to fight back in response, because this may continue a cycle of bad behavior. These were all tips when you were in the moment of bullying. After the incident, there are a few key points to keep in mind. Once the smoke clears, make sure to tell a friend or an adult about the situation. You wouldn't want to keep bullying a secret, and while telling a friend, you would get support and feel better about yourself because there's an extra person helping you get through this. When reporting to an adult, you would not want to remain silent because this would not make things better due to the seriousness of the situation. Over time, there are a few ways to cope with the situation that you face.
Bullying usually involves the bully and the victim, but it also involves the bystanders who happen to know of or hear of the bullying. There are hurtful bystanders and helpful bystanders. Hurtful bystanders usually encourage the bully or don't do anything to prevent the situation from happening.
Hey, loser, give me your
World star, world star, world star, world star.
Yeah, fight. Hey, you know, graduating loser?
Hey, stop. Hey, stop. That's messed up. No. Stop. Hey, are you okay?
Helpful bystanders will usually prevent the situation from happening by either intervening themselves or by getting help from an adult or others around.
Based on the Anaheim Union High School District's policy highlights of bullying, there are a few characteristics that students should be aware of. A few of the big ones include teasing or name calling, pretending to be another person on social network, and posting or sharing photographs of other people without their permission. Teasing or name calling is a problem because throughout high school, students can be really aggressive, and because of this, it can occur at any time of the school day, especially in the middle of the class. Another big one is pretending to be another person online because due to the increase of social networking, this can most likely occur. Lastly, another big situation is sharing photos of a student without their consent. This can also tie into social media and social networking playing a big role to our society. Overall, these are big characteristics due to tying into our daily usage of class time and technology.